Hi, CEP 811. This is my final blog post, and I just wanted to make a video showing and answering the questions: how has CEP changed my way of thinking, and most importantly, how is it affecting my teaching? So I want to start off by saying the quote that kind of almost sums up everything as far as how I'm feeling about the course. Dale Daughtry's quote saying, "We are born makers. We have the ability to make things, to grasp things with our hands." I think that whole TED Talk, that whole quote is really important, and it says a lot about the course, and especially about how students learn, right? They're naturally makers. They have the ability to just create and to do things to differentiate for themselves. And creating and making is a powerful way to bring back an old school concept of constructionism. To quote Melissa White in one of her feedback forms to me, she said that it's not a new concept. It's something that's been taken out of the schools and just really needs to be reincorporated. So I guess one of the big ideas is making what is old new again. And how that's impacted my teaching is the actual lesson unit that I planned for our maker lesson. I'm actually doing that as my final project in the last month of school. So it's called the storyteller, the game maker, and the inventor. So basically, if you want to check out my lesson plan, I'll have the link below so you can check that out. But basically, students create storyboards, they use their imagination, and one of the major criteria of grading is to be creative. If you're not creative, then you're not going to get full points for the project, right? So that's one important aspect that I wanted students to really do well on, and the aspect that I really wanted them to be pushed in. And in the second part of the project, they have to actually program their own games on a website called Scratch. It's amazing. It's a website that they love and are really engaged in because they get to create, they get to make, they get to code what they want. And this game that they're making has to tie right into their plot. It has to be based right on their story. And this goes into a lot of my students' interests as well. They love games, they love to play games, and a lot of them want to be game designers. So I want to give them that preview as best I can. The last part of the project is that they have to make a controller, and they have to really be creative as far as how that enhances the gaming experience and how that really impacts what audiences feel as far as their controller and how it works with their game. If their controller works, they must provide a strong rationale for the materials, how it's designed. If it doesn't, then they have to reflect and really decide about, and really think about their decisions, and if they would go a different way, and what went wrong, what went right, and what they do next time. So really, honestly, CEP 811 has influenced my teaching a ton. I am trying to incorporate as much constructionism into my teaching as possible. I want to let students create. I want to let them differentiate for themselves. I really want them to make. But really, I could go on, and that'd be kind of boring. But you should hear some of my students' reactions to the final project.
Alright, so what do you think about our final project?
I think it's pretty cool because I never created a game, and I think it would be fun to create a game.
So what do you think of our final project, and what stages of the project are you in right now?
I honestly, for the final project, I think it's a really good opportunity for kids to be able to learn how to do Scratch because it's a very good program.
I think that it's going to be really fun because you get to be creative and make your own game and stuff like that.
Alright, so what do you think of the final project, and what are you doing at this point?
Okay, so I think it's fun, and what we're doing for it is we get to make a video game and a storyboard, and I'm in a partner group with Caladri, and we are making a video game, this guy running away from this evil scientist, and the guy that's running away from the evil scientist ends up building a house underground and lives there, and then the dude, the evil scientist, ends up dying from a heart attack.
Wonderful, wonderful. What about your story aspect? Do you think that part is going to be pretty neat too?
Yeah, because you get to be creative with it and you can do whatever you want with it.
Yes, excellent, thank you.
All right, so what do you think of the final project, and what are you doing for it currently?
I think it's great because people get to use their imaginations in this one, and it's not like it's something that you can do, that's not like where you have to do it, and you can make up your own storyline, which is pretty cool, and you do get to do computer programming, so I mean that's pretty cool too, because I mean sometimes you learn that in junior high or whatnot, and yeah.
So CEP 811, it's been a pleasure. Stacy, Melissa, it's been great with all the feedback that you've given me. It's been really helpful. I'm gonna miss the class, and to all my classmates, I'll see some of you in the summer.